Courtney, you have a Houston Life exclusive.
Yes, very excited about this. I sat down recently with Cardinal DiNardo. He's getting ready to welcome people back to the Catholic Church after a difficult 2 years of the pandemic. First of all, Cardinal, thank you so much for your time today. And this is such a special day, not only today being Holy Friday, a Good Friday, but Holy Week. And this is such an important time for the Catholic community. And explain that to our viewers.
Sure. It's great to be here today. Thank you very much, Courtney, for this. Well, Good Friday is the center of what we call the Holy Triduum, or the sacred 3 days, from Thursday night till Sunday, in which we celebrate Jesus' death and resurrection. For us, that's the core of our faith, core of our identity. And on Good Friday, we remember in a sorrowful but triumphant way Jesus' death on the cross. There's a beautiful liturgical service where, after reading the Passion narrative according to the Gospel of John, people come forward and kiss and venerate the cross. This is a sign of gratitude and thanksgiving for what Jesus has done for us. So that happens today. I must say tomorrow, although not as many Catholics may go to it, is the big liturgy of the entire year, the Easter Vigil, where we bless the new fire, the new Easter candle. We baptize new members. I'm very glad to report the church in Galveston-Houston will bring in 1,000 newly baptized people on Saturday night. So it's a great time for us. And it shows us that Jesus' resurrection is not meant just for himself. It is, but it's also meant for us to share in. And the way we share in is baptism, confirmation, and then living a Christian life that he gave us by his death and resurrection. So it's a great time for us, and it's a great time this year for us, Courtney, because as you know, the last 2 years, the COVID-19 has been playing tricks with anyone who tries to go to church. And 2 years ago, I recall, our Holy Week was done at the cathedral next door with 5 people in it because it was pretty well closed. But last year we saw things picking up, and I have to say this year, priests have reported to me that the numbers are just about reaching 2019 levels, which we're very pleased to see, that people are less afraid to come to church. So that's good.
Yeah, it's very good. I've seen that in my own parish, where the numbers were kind of the overflow during the season, which is always really great. I do have to say, Cardinal, you know, just given the time where we are right now, and to see people being comfortable to come back and to come to Mass and gather together, it also kind of has that symbolic kind of tone to it during this Lenten Easter season.
Well, it does. That you regroup from any death themes to resurrection. It's a new life that happens when you come together and gather as people, some of whom you haven't seen, except maybe on Skype or something. And so that's very good. It's really good for our parishes. The only way we can really worship together is being together in person. So I've enjoyed that. And we're particularly interested in this year because we're about to celebrate 175 years as a diocese. We were founded in 1847. And so it's going to be a great year coming up in which we celebrate that event. We're an odd archdiocese, Courtney, that we have 2 cathedrals. The original in Galveston, which is still active, St. Mary's, and then the one here in Houston, Sacred Heart Co-Cathedral. And being very important to me, I go to both of them. If I don't go to the one in Galveston, they won't talk to me anymore. So I got to make sure I also go to the one in Galveston.
And you're going to be celebrating Mass there on Easter Sunday, right?
Easter Sunday, I'll be in Galveston. On Saturday night, tomorrow night, I will be in Houston here at Sacred Heart. But I always go on Easter Sunday to the original cathedral, to St. Mary's in Galveston. And you know who comes a lot? People getting off the ships.
Oh, yeah.
That's who we get, yes.
Oh, that's lovely. Well, you know, as we begin this beautiful celebration, I would imagine we're going to see different things throughout the remainder of the year, right?
Right, we will. There'll be some events for historical pictures of things that went on in Galveston. We'll find some way, even as we've been through a terrible time for many people this past 2 years. Yeah. I think we'll do some reminder of the terrible 1900 storm that hit Galveston. Yeah. That's part of our tradition and history too. And the great growth in our archdiocese, because Every nation on earth has now come to Houston, it seems. And we have Mass in 15 languages on weekends, but the people speak about 85 languages, and they come to church. I just did a confirmation, Courtney, in which, I guess it was about 90 young people. But I could, as they come forward, say, good grief, this, that nation, this nation, they were all there. I think that's beautiful.
It really is.
We can say, yes, every nation can come and find Christ in the church, and that's great.
It's a lovely and a beautiful story as well. You know, Cardinal, I think too, sitting here with you today is special for me, but I think people not only in Houston, around the world, are grieving, right? There are so many horrible things going on, and I think people are just reaching out and trying to find the message, the positivity, and I think that's evident into what we're seeing this year with the families and people coming back to Mass and wanting to kind of find that closeness.
Yes, I think that's very true. I think Pope Francis says it well when he says we have to learn to accompany each other. There is great growth, there is great grace in discovering the Lord as we journey together, and coming back together in the midst of what has been some really tough times is a great sign of hope. So yes, and I want to tell everybody, please come.
Lovely, Cardinal. Thank you so much. This was such a great conversation.
And have a blessed Easter.
You do the same.
Thank you.
And we appreciate your time. Please come, as you heard him say.
Yes.
Galveston Cathedral is where you're going to find Cardinal DiNardo for Easter Sunday Mass at 11 a.m. and Easter Mass at the Co-Cathedral downtown, 11 a.m. With Bishop Del Oro. So also check our website, HoustonLife.tv, for more information there. It was a nice visit with him.